Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 Zielonka Hard Mode Challenge, episode 53. We just pretty much skipped February and are really waiting for the snow to completely remove itself. In the meantime, these bales have turned into silage, so we're going to go get those sold while we wait. Our lettuce greenhouses are continuing to make us money, which is good. And it looks like, yes, the snow is maybe slowly going away. It's weird how it goes away in lines from north to south, but that is what it does. And then we're going to actually get started on our, our poplar planting, which is probably going to take more than 1 month and possibly more than one episode. Well, surely more than one episode, because a couple of the fields I want to plant have barley or canola in them, and I don't want to waste that. And also the grass field, which is going to go away um, to be reborn elsewhere. So what we have here, we can plant 35 in poplar immediately, and we can plant 33 in poplar immediately. 32 and 34 are going to need uh, a few more months before they're actually poplar plantable. We do have 95,000, and I'm kind of hoping to get another tractor. Specifically, that is tempting, but no. I think it lives in the medium tractors. It's a mod. Nope. So is that considered a small? No. I installed a mod, a JCB, which is not showing up anywhere. Maybe I didn't enable it. That's probably the case. Okay, well, we can't afford it now anyway, but there's a JCB Titan, I think, that looked pretty good, and was somewhere in the range of 200 to 300,000, depending on what options we chose. I think it maxes out at 200 something horsepower, which may preclude it from me using it actually, given that what I really want is a bigger tractor. So unless something shows up in the sale, as we just looked at the sale, we'll look at it again. This methane powered one would actually probably be a pretty good thing to grab to deal with the eggs out there. This guy would be pretty good for dealing with the oil down here, but I'm still much more fond of skid steer loaders. So the Kubota specifically. Let's have a look at our fields and see what we've got available. This 35 needs lime, so we're going to have to do that before we plant our poplar. And then 33 can get one more grass cut, but that can actually happen while we lime and plant poplar in 35. So we're going to grab the tree planter for the first time in ages. And hopefully we can actually pull it out this way. Yep. We are going to need more. We are going to need way more poplar than this has, of course. But we can at least get it going, although we need that lime first. So let's make sure we're doing things in the proper order. And we'll have to run the dragon down to buy some more poplar. I don't know how many we're going to need. That other one's almost empty right there, and unfortunately you can't combine them. It's going to need more lime than that too. I do plan also, maybe today, maybe right this second, getting a bit more asphalt down over here, because it just feels better to be, you know, see this as a yard. So let's get this painted up into a proper yard. We still can't, oh, it's that. Right, we get the yard. Yeah, so this is really a yard and should be considered as such. And let's spin around here. It would be nice if eventually, if I could move that trigger out a little bit away from the wall there. It was annoying that the oil pallets spawned so close to the wall there. But that feels better already. Let's get some lime in there. I know it's silly, but whatever. Couple $1,000 worth of lime. We will end up using it, so it's not a big deal to spend the money, especially with the amount of money we've got. Yeah, 2,300 actually isn't bad. We'll get out there and get 35 properly limed up. I'm going to let the worker do this, and also going to let the worker do the poplar planting, except for when we got to change our poplar boxes out. Oh, H. How about H? How about you just lime this field up for me, buddy? Thank you. Interesting that helpers leave no tracks. And while he's doing that, we're gonna work on, well, we gotta get some eggs out of the way. And various other, oh, well, various other bits of busy work. little closer to being actually on there, maybe? Yeah, like that. Alright. So, another quick look here. Right. Once he's done the lime, he can go do the mowing. And we'll get this greenhouse filled up again, which won't be too big a deal. We filled it in January. I may buy another one of these barrels just to leave over at the other greenhouse. I am tempted actually to grow more lettuce. But in the meantime, no, the real question is, what is the optimal width of one of these? I think the smallest width is still the best way to go. I think it creates the fewest gaps. And we don't necessarily need to go in and fill all those gaps in, but would be better. So we look at soil composition, that's looking good. Everybody's fully fertilized. Can actually afford more land, although I'm not 100% sure if I want to spend that money before I bought all of my poplar. But then again, I could just sell some eggs. I have 6 pallets of eggs, and I don't think they get really terribly bad. Oh, they are terribly bad comparatively. There's actually a $500 per pallet difference, each pallet being 1,000 liters of eggs, I'm pretty sure. And let's see, what else do we have? It's just the soybeans, I think. There may be some canola in there now, but the soybeans aren't good until June. So yeah, let's spend our money on our pallets first. We are just kind of waiting for this guy to finish. We'll get one more cut out of that grass field before it becomes a poplar field. While we're waiting for that, why don't we go buy some... Why don't we go buy some pallets of... I bet I can fit 2 in here. And I'm going to use super strength to load these pallets because any store worth their salt selling large amounts of things wouldn't require you to bring your own forklift down. So I'm going to pretend they have a forklift. I mean, I could do what Daggerwind does and give them a forklift, which maybe I should do. But for the moment, we're just going to pretend we had a couple of big guys come out and help us throw these in the back of the Kubota. Hopefully I can fit 2. Hopefully this thing actually has a... No, it looks like it doesn't even have a rear opening. Oh well. Would have been nice, but over a tailgate, that's what they're called, tailgates. So maybe we can only fit 1. Oh yes, we did buy that a while back. Still here. It was just a good deal. Might as well, right? So let's get down here to forestry and buy some poplar. gonna buy 4 pallets of poplar. There are 4 fields, but I bet it takes at least 2 just for the first one. Alright, so let's get our super strength on and see how many we can carry in this Kubota. Well, I'm guessing we can carry 2, which is fine. And we can leave them down there at the field and refill directly from there. That looks pretty good. Hopefully that is not too much for it. And we can come down and get the other 2 later. A use for this thing. Wonder if there are any trailers that it would work with. I mean, it has this rear 3-point hookup, which is kind of odd. But yeah, so definitely don't want to flip it. I'll just leave you here for now until we figure out just how much we need. And this looks like it is almost done, so that's good. This is going to be a lot of work to harvest. It's going to be a lot of work to plant too, but it's certainly going to be a lot of work to harvest. I'm going to get it folded up. And we can actually get the planter started. And then we can go get everything else. Go get the grass gear. One more cut on that grass field, and then that'll be poplar this month as well. Now we're not going to see the gains from this investment for quite some time, but that's fine. Alright, so we want you to be the minimum you will be, which I think was 1.2, yeah. 1.2. And sure, 5 headlands. Wow, that is a lot. And it's going to be there going all day. We're going to actually set the time down to 1 and see if this thing will go. Now, it may or may not work properly for me, but we can hope. What I'm always weirded out by is this weird back and forth it's got going. But that is what it does, Alright, well, while that's doing its first little half load, let's get home. We do not want to drive on the field. I will go around. So we'll go get the lawn mowing gear. Maybe we buy field 9 next, just because it's close. That would be a fine grass field, I think. We could actually extend the grass quite a bit. Oh, yep, there we go. go ahead and drive right over some of our crop there. Alright, well, we've all seen this a few dozen times now, I think. So I will talk to you when it's done. Well, holy cow. That took something like 5 hours. And I think pretty much a full tank of gas. During this process, I have rethought just how much poplar planting and harvesting I want to do. And I have decided I am going to leave. Number one, I'm going to leave all the gaps. Number two, I am going to leave 32 and 34 as regular old grain crop fields. I might make one of them into a grass field, but I'm kind of done with grass for the moment. I know it brings in 14,000 every couple of months, and I own the equipment. Maybe I shouldn't be done. Maybe I should actually go ahead and plant something in grass again. I mean, that one field was bringing in 14. What if I took 34 and made it grass? I think that might actually be a good idea. In the meantime, man, this episode, I mean, we're talking literally 5 hours of real time. I've got an unknown amount of footage on my hard drive now of just poplar planting. And it's pretty insane. And we spent 10 grand on repairs and gas, another 10 grand-ish on worker fees, making it less likely that we can afford to buy a field. We could buy that one though. There was kind of a thought about just continuing to expand the empire. I mean, we've got the equipment. The equipment works great, and we've got money coming in. So, another field, I don't see why not. Let's see what we've got around us in terms of well, in terms of what's planted. Right. Is that green? Is that grass? No. Peas? Okay, those are both peas. Don't really care about peas. Now we could buy a planter and thus be able to plant soybeans, which I believe are quite profitable as far as the combinable combinable crops go. At least I didn't leave this guy running the whole time. That was a seriously crazy planting session though. And we're not going to see the results for quite a while. Although once we do, I do believe it's going to be pretty insane. So, yeah, let's buy. We've got the money. We either buy equipment or we buy another field. We buy another field, what can we plant in it right now? Really nothing. Oats. We could plant oats in it and pull them in July. Let's see, yes, oats. All right, we could buy a field, plant oats, pull them in July, and then go with canola or barley. Wouldn't hurt to have more canola. And the oats would just sell. Yeah, well, I'm gonna think about that, and I think I'll take a break. I mean, I didn't actually do all that much work myself. I mainly let the workers get on with it. But it's still, wow, that took a long time. So, right, if we buy a hectare, we could buy 29 and put oats in it. What other brown things? Oh, those are all potatoes. We don't want potatoes. You sunflowers. Okay. And you are canola, but you're still way too expensive. Right. Well, yeah, these guys here are way bigger than these guys even. 229. We're gonna own all this eventually here. But we might as well, oh, well, we might as well take a look at the sale. Okay, still the same stuff, really. I think I'll hold on to it. And I think if I see any tractor in the 200 horsepower range, I'll probably pick it up if I can afford it. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time.